Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn about the Mendix Studio Pro basics, like what is Studio Pro, what are the options available in Studio Pro, etc. So let me open Studio Pro. So whenever we install and open Studio Pro, it will look like this. So in this page you can see the recent apps we worked, and here open app option is there. New app means to create a new application. So here to create a new app, we need to click on new app, and new application need to click on new app. We click select the template. Then we need to use it as a starting point. It will ask us to provide some name. Here you need to give the name. And online services means if you online means it will include the version control so that multiple people can work on the online services. If you enable online services on this application, multiple people can work. If you kept it as a no, only it is stored in your local. Then you need to again make it enabled for a later stage so that other people you can share it with other people. If it is yes, multiple people can work on this application in parallel, and they can commit. You can see their changes also, the committed changes. And here is the default language. We have multiple options to select the language. So that is the purpose of this dropdown. The location is like in our local where it will store this application. So this is the path. Now let's say create the app. So it will ask for the so in order to create an app, you need to have the account. Otherwise, you cannot create any app here. So okay. So now it is going to create a project. This is the way we will create a project in Mendix. Okay. It will take a while to load the project. Currently, I choose the blank template, but when we logged in and tried, we can see the different existing templates also. We can reuse them. So meanwhile, we can go to other options here. So let me go to other Studio Pro. Let me close the project. So these are the different options. So here new document means we can add any of these types to the existing project. So either you can add a page or microphone. So these are the different document types available in Mendix. Page means page, microflow. I will explain these left side document types in detail. But these can be added to any of these folders. So you need to select the folder, click on OK to add the document type. That is the purpose of file new document. New project is we are going to create a new project. Open project is to open the existing project. If you so when you click on open, it will open the option to like either from team server you want to open or from the disk. So disk means you need to choose the path. If it is team server means you need to choose the app. So if no apps are loaded, just you need to refresh. Once you sign in, you can see this option. Then you can get the projects which are committed on your name or created by you. Those apps you can see. Now this project is created. Let's go to created. Now it's still yet to create. That is the purpose of open application here. So if you go to recent projects, you can see list of recent projects and you can select those. This is to just save the changes. Like let's say I work on multiple applications. So then just I want to save these changes of all the files. Once I can click on save. Current file, I want to save the changes in current file. I need to click on save. So this is to let's say control W. It will close the current window. and close all means control shift. Close the project. This will go to home page. And this whatever the project you are working, we can export it as a package and give it to other person. Let's say we created a package project, and while creating the project, we selected enable online services now. But we need to share. We want to share this to other person, and we will export this as a package. Then we will share the package file to that person. Okay. And import package means if some other person gave the package, we can import using this. So when you click on import package, it asks us to select the package. The package will look like this way, .mpk file that you need to select. Click on OK. Okay. That is about the file. Edit it is normally about the search and find, filter the results and all. And view here there are multiple windows will be opened using the view option. Let me take this up. See, there are multiple options. Changes will tell what are the files we modified in this project. Those changes we can see here. Those file names and all we can see here. And we can see up to like what change we done up to that level. That's in detail we cannot see here in the Mendix. So by select, if it is yellow means it is the existing file we modified. That means if it is yellow symbol means beside the file name. If it is plus means it is a newly created file. That is about the changes window. Connector when you click it will appear here. It will show a list of the entities we have in this application we created by us and other microflows pages. Okay, if it is navigation it will show accordingly. Basically currently I'm showing it navigation, so it is giving this thing. Let's say if I open a page or this one domain model. Let's say the page is here, home web. Then if you go to connector and we can see nothing, because nothing we can see in the connector if you open a page. Let's say we open the microflow. Are we able to see anything? No. So where let's say if I open a page and I added a widget. Widget is nothing but a control in the normal scenario. Data view I added. See that. I can see list of entities are available in the application. Then directly I can drag and drop the entity to this one. It will create, will load that thing. So that way, instead of either two ways we can add by clicking on the widget and go into options we can add by here. Otherwise, it's like just go to connector and drag and drop. That is the next window, like connector. Now maybe we go to console. Console will give the messages, like basically if we want to log some messages while doing the debugging, we can use the console window. We can see those messages here. Similarly, in console, we have option to set the log levels. In Mendix, these log levels will help us in debugging the issues. Basically, let's say we are consuming data from some API and it is not loading, or we are exposing data, it is not, it is giving some error. But or we are running some microflow and committing some data, it is giving some error. So in that case, we have multiple options here. Just we need to go there and we need to make it in a trace mode for detailed information, a debug mode. So these are the two options helpful whenever we are working with enterprise applications. So just we need to choose this option, click on OK. Next time onwards, it will log those more details for these REST services and all. Or if you created any log message within the application, those log messages also you can see it in the console window. Let's go to Data Hub. This we never use mostly. Documentation, if you go, this is also we will not use mostly. Error list is useful whenever, let's say, we are working in application and there are some errors. Okay, example I will say here. I will add a widget here. Like let's say data grid I added here. And I didn't give any data source to the data grid. So then immediately Mendix will show the error. Their user friendly error like no data source configured for this data widget. So whatever the errors have occur like compile time errors we can see here. So without resolving errors we cannot run the application basically here in the Mendix. Then let's go to other find results. So let's say control F we press and let's say course I use the key some keyword I type and click on this one find. So in find results we can see where in which places we use this keyword. That is the purpose of find results. Find results too also similar. Now project explorer is nothing but our application actual application folder structure. So what are the contents we have in our project? What are the document types we added? What are the default settings? What are the navigation? What is the navigation under? So it is up in left side. We can see all those. These are the code basically. Project code we can see in the project explorer. Properties particularly related to whatever the item we selected. It is either navigation item or either it is a microflow, whatever the item, or it is a page and it is a widget. It is a page also we have the properties, what type of page it is, what type of layout used, etc. If it is a widget, then widget properties it will load. Basically. Then the stories and all, if we are using Mendix to manage the stories and all, we will use the stories here. And toolbox. Toolbox, if it is in the page level, it will show the list of controls available in the right side in the widgets. The controls normally in programming language text box, drop down, all these are called controls or HTML controls we will say or .NET if you say controls, user controls. When it comes to Mendix, those will become widgets. So let's say here text box. This is a widget. See here you can see the text box. It is an input widget. So if you go to the data grid it is a data widget. It is a list of data we are going to show here. Example that is like that. That is the toolbox. Now come to debug windows. So whenever we are debugging anything, so in normal programming language also we will add a breakpoint. Okay, let's take a normal programming application. Like I created a page to store the employee details in DB. So what we will do in normal programming language, we will write a method in Java, .NET or whatever the programming language. Then to debug that one, we will add a breakpoint within the method. So the method will contain braces. Between the braces, we will write the code. In that, I will add a breakpoint. Right click and add breakpoint. Similarly, in this Mendix, each microflow is the method for one functionality, one microflow. So to add a breakpoint within the microflow, right click and we will add a breakpoint on the activity. So that way we can debug that one. Whenever we are running the application, we can debug the microflows and we can see the results here in the variables window. Runtime values. Let's say I created an object or assigned a value to object, then I can see those things in this variables window. So debugger is to debug like step by step I want to execute or I want to execute like step over means let's say there is a loop in between. So within the loop I want to go for each item, then I need to step into the multiple values for debugger basically. Step into means we can go within the loop also. Step over means we can skip that item. Directly high level activity it will go. Step out means we can come out of that method. That means microflow here. Continue means just we will stop the debugging and we'll continue with the process. Then full screen just for our this one. So whenever we are working, in order to avoid the disturbance and all, just we can make it as a full screen. Distraction mode, like whenever we are going for a code review, we will keep the modeler in the distraction mode. So that's all about the view. Now project, if you go, this tool, so basically whenever we are migrating the application to latest versions, we can click on this update widgets option to get the latest version of the widgets basically and to get it installed, those widgets. See, we will get this way and we will select the widget and we can click on update. If we have any latest version is available for the widget which is compatible to this modular version. And similarly in the project, if you go synchronize project directory. So what happened? First we need to go to this second option. Previously, whenever initially I shown you the folder structure, right, where our local code will store or this Mendix related code will be stored in a project folder, one folder. To go to that folder, we need to click on the second option. And in Mendix, basically, we are going to use multiple jar files. Let's say because of upgrade from one version to other version, there are duplicate jar files. So those jar files, if we delete directly from the folder structure, in order to sync that with our application, we need to use sync project directory, synchronous project directory. Now in Mendix again, we are going to use multiple Java actions. So let's say in some scenarios where existing widgets are not useful or not giving the required functionality. Let's say I want to export the data to Excel, but I need to add some images in the Excel row and etc., which is not possible directly, or there is no control available in the Mendix for that scenario. What we are going to do, we'll create a Java action. Now, while to write the Java code and all, first we need to deploy this project Eclipse. Then in Eclipse, we need to open the project. We can see module wise multiple folders, actions, etc. I will show that. In that, we will write our logic basically Java logic. Then that logic we will use in our method. That is one microflow or wherever it is, right? Using the activity called Java action. So then that code will be executed in that sequence. So that is the purpose of deploy for Eclipse. So whenever we are writing a customized logic in Java, we want to write means first we need to deploy Eclipse, then we need to do. Then deployment package. So there in Mendix there are two types of deployment we will do. One is like cloud deployment, other is on-premise deployment. So on-premise deployment or cloud deployment, either in either case, we are going to create a build package and we can upload it to cloud or in the on-premise folder, then run the server based on the environment. Similarly, in other programming languages also, we are going to do the same. We'll build a package, then that will be deployed into the server. Similarly, in Mendix, we can create a package and we can upload to server or at the server level, like application level, we have a portal, right? Mendix portal, Sprinter. There we have a provision to project wise. We have to set up the environment and create the packages. So package is created based on the revisions. So here we can see the history basically. If it is enabled online services, we can see what are the reasons. So based on the selected reason, the package will be created. So let's say we added some features, and then we want to deploy to test. We will select the reason number and we can create a package for that reason. Then we will upload to server. This is to just let's say there's sometimes the errors will come whenever you are updating the modular, updating some modules or deleting some module, etc. In that case, just for our safety, we need to clean up the deployment directory. Basically, whenever we are running the Mendix application, it will create a deployment package that is exist in the deployment folder. In order to resolve errors, just we need to clear this and then we need to run the application. Now, when it comes to run navigation, just run locally or you want to stop the execution. So default configuration or any extra configuration you need to use. So this configuration is nothing but is settings. So how you want to run this? So to which database you want to connect? A built-in database or any external database. So if you are based on that, we are going to set up the different configurations. Those configurations are available in the run and log levels. So as of now, info will be, so it will be minor message. If you want to get the detailed message and all, we will use trace and debug. Now to run the application, we need to just click on the run or run locally. If you select this one, this will deploy to cloud based. Now debug it, we see all. So whenever you are running a thing, sometimes what happens, debugger is not connected. First we need to connect the debugger, then only the breakpoints will be working. Otherwise it will not enable the breakpoint by default. And in then what are the different ways we can see the rendering of the application. So either in responsive browser, tablet browser, phone browser. Now the version control, it is like a team server control, SVN or Git or something. Team foundation server, TFS, like this it is. Mendix people are maintaining this versioning in their and itself while creating a project. If it is an online services enabled, then version control is enabled for that project. So that this whenever this file is shared to other people, we can see what are the changes they committed as well as they can see our changes. So let's say it is two people are working in the same project, one project. Let's say user one committed some code, user two committed some code after user one. So when user click on new update, so user will get the latest changes updated by the user two. Commit is to commit the changes. So whenever I click on commit, it will update the repository by default, and then whatever the changes are there, those will be moved to whatever the repository, like source code repository, and it will create a revision number. Show changes and it's like if you add a jar file or folder level, if you make some changes, application folder level, those changes we can see here. And we should see like how many changes happened in this application till now. So with the revision number, so who committed the change, what are the changes in this revision. So here we can see when you select this one, right? Here we have if someone give proper commit message, you can see the message. If we have any user stories related to it, we can see the story. If it is any database at table level, page level changes with them, we can see changes in model. But if the folder level changes, we can see here changes and this. That is about the download from version. Okay. Upload to admin control also we will not use mostly. And now manage branch lanes. So now let's say some cases users are not allowed to run the production or mainline. Mainline is a working copy which is currently kept on hold for some other validation, production issue related validation. So in that case, what will happen? Other users can't verify their changes are working on the other defects. So in that case, what they will do, they will go to manage branch lines. They will create a branch line for this existing code. So the same code will be pulled to some branch that on that branch user can work and even that can be tested in the actual cloud. Cloud. That is about the managed branch. Now we are migrating from one version to other version. Then some other person gave the code changes. He also worked on the same microcard, same pages. Then using merge changes, we can merge both user changes. Let's say force our user. This is a page. So user one worked on this title, user two worked on the video. So whenever we use the image, it will appear like both will come together. All the changes will come together. Reverse merge also same. It will revert the changes to the. So revert all changes means whatever the gene is hidden, let's say here at 20 genes hidden, all those are not going to be available after the work has been. So add snapshot of data will store the data with temporary data, like which we create for our testing. So language as I mean, as we saw, current language you are going to mention. Then language settings here is to multiple options, either to add the extra language and all. Then we can go to language settings. We done batch replace. So let's say we are using English and French. So we want to replace this some text or something. We can use the batch replace. If we want to translate something, batch translate. Language options also we can see around the navigation and all. Now language event, language operations. So similar operation we have multiple options. Either we want to move the source language to destination language something, we can use move, copy or swap or delete. That's all we are going to do. And here the run locally is like to run the application. If we run this one, it will come to cloud. This view means once the application run, we can this button is enabled, and using this button, we can open the application in the browser. The stop the execution, we can use this stop application. And here it is the project dashboard. So we'll go to the browser project dashboard. And and this is the marketplace where we already discussed in the previous video. The modules are available. Let's say email connect. Email connect. So whenever we can search for the package, it will come like this. Email connector. And then either we can select the compatibility version. Ours is 8.18.4. This is little bit error. This little bit higher. This version is. So that's why it is not enabled. So one option is this one. Other option is like directly go here, download and install. That's about the marketplace. And last one is nothing but our account where we can view our apps or sign out, etc. Thanks everyone. This is about the Studio Pro.